Alright guys, I've seen a few episodes of Plunderer, and I feel confident enough to express my thoughts in regard with this anime. First things first, the show is advertised as an ecchi, but to my utter disappointment, there ain't much fan service to speak of. The main character might be a huge pervert that oftentimes gets to peek beneath a woman's skirt, which is brilliant and great.
You mean this, right?
Oh, can I see?
I don't think so!
But why can't we see their panties as well?
Can I have some too?
I mean, this is an ecchi after all. Show us some female skin. Here's where this particular title seemed to develop less than expected. Where are the panty shots? I'm not letting this one go otherwise. Otherwise, the anime is pretty amazing.
I know this is kind of a weird question. After all, we just met. But I need it. I need it bad.
The lack of fanservice really works against the premise. In other similar shows, like the Seven Deadly Sins, fanservice enhances the story, as it is utilized in a proper way to further develop Meliodas' character and his relationship with Elizabeth.
I can feel something grabbing me from behind!
Hey, relax. Just me.
Oh, good.
It's just sad that we don't get to enjoy the sight of beautiful women's legs, crowned with their underwear.
My goodness, what a beautiful view!
It sure is.
Stop it!
As you can see, I'm a devoted fan of panty shots, and whenever a show has the opportunity but misses the chance to incorporate them within the story, it just makes me sad.
You know he's looking at your undies.
Fanservice aside, the show is pretty excellent so far. We have an interesting and certainly relatable main character, and a bunch of beautiful healthy girls to accompany him in his ridiculous and exciting adventures.
I mean, look at this town.
I just love how the show is more or less a comedy and relies heavily on character interactions to further the plot. Not to say there aren't enough action sequences to properly show how much of a badass the main character is, and Lichtbach is kinda overpowered. Usually I dislike it when the protagonist can easily overcome most obstacles thrown his way, but here for some reason it doesn't bother me at all that Licht can defeat his opponents with ease.
I'm just walking over here. I'm not hiding.
Also, I really enjoy his character so far. He ain't exactly special or different from standard anime tropes, and yet I like how he pretends to be a moron for most of the day and only gets serious when confronted by an obstacle he can outwit or ignore. I enjoy anime perverts, and even though sadly we don't get to witness in detail his many exploits in regard with women, it is still a lot of fun to see him make a fool out of himself and get rejected by most girls around him.
Wait! What do I want more? Food, flesh, or cash? It's so hard to know. They all have their own very convincing arguments.
Lichtbach is also kinda handsome. I mean, no wonder he broke so many hearts.
The moment I met you, I knew. But then you slayed my heart.
His count is minus 1000, which means a lot of women fell in love with him, and Licht simply skipped town, making them resent him afterwards.
You're just a liar!
This strong contrast between a womanizer and a perverted weirdo really adds to his personality and makes the protagonist a complex and interesting character. But enough about Licht. Let's talk a bit about this fascinating world our characters find themselves in. In this society, the most important aspect in someone's life is his count. This particular number increases due to a certain variable that is different for each individual. However, if your count drops to 0, you get sent to the abyss, which basically means a bunch of hands come out of the ground and drag you into a sea of darkness, Fullmetal Alchemist style. We also have this legendary Aces, which adds a lot to the lore, as it introduces individuals with special abilities that have proven their superiority 3 centuries ago. Now this reminds me again of the Seven Deadly Sins, in regard with legendary warriors that have been forgotten as time went by, and are now hunted by authorities for possessing unnatural abilities. There are also these ballads, which exponentially increases someone's strength and are forbidden to possess, if not part of the military.
Military officials have special permission to own ballots.
Wow, Lynn, you've really been doing your homework.
These ballots have yet another count, which can definitely come in handy if you want to improve your fighting strength or simply want to avoid going to the abyss, as our protagonist should have gone already, given his negative number. I do very much like his ballad. That sword of his is rather impressive, a bit too oversized, maybe compensating for something, but otherwise a deadly weapon to use in a battle. Overall, these ballad holders add yet another layer of depth to this complex and engaging world, and things are only getting better as Selixt gets more opportunities to show his strength and make himself look like an idiot as he keeps on picking under some skirts.
No! I'm so sorry, sir!
Nekopara, the cat furry heaven paradise of this winter. Before I proceed with my overall thoughts, I gotta address the fanservice, or more or less the lack of it, sadly. To be fair, this title wasn't advertised as an ecchi, therefore I shouldn't have expected much fur to be shown, but after doing some quick, superficial research, I found out that Nekopara used to be some steamy light novel. Yeah, much has been shown of our beloved cats. I just wish there was more fanservice here, because otherwise the show is pretty damn good. Now, naturally, I've only seen a couple of episodes so far, but from what I could gather, these are fun and cute girls to have around. The anime does a decent job in introducing each and every furry, as every single cat has her distinct personality and appearance. Nekopara presents us with a wide variety of shapes and colors, which gives me a lot of flavors to choose from. Chocolate and Vanilla appear to be the frontrunners when it comes to popularity, and these two are the ones that are given the most screen time, and Chocolate seems to be more or less the main love interest of the series. Also, Chocolate and Vanilla are the only ones represented on the anime cover, which as well reinforces their importance in the overall story. Not sure there will be any kind of romance though. I mean, the dude of the series is mostly absent or spends his time in the background baking some delicious cake in his shop.
Vanilla! It's super duper yummy! Master's cooking is always the best, isn't it?
Chocolat, you shouldn't talk while eating.
How come someone so young get to have his own business? Not to mention the catgirls he received for the mail.
Surprise! It was chocolate inside the box! Long time no see, huh?
What? I literally just saw you at home yesterday.
Money, sugar, and women. No wonder so many dudes like role-playing as him. Anyway, I doubt Chocolat will fall in love with him though. As of now, she's mostly busy trying to be a good mother to this stray lolly cat she found while running an errand for her master. Not sure I like this story. I guess there ain't much you can do with a lame premise like this, but I would rather focus more on Vanilla and her crush on her. On her sister. Are Chocolate and Vanilla related?
I go where Chocolat goes. Everywhere, I'll always be by her side.
So, was this Shigere's idea?
Too lazy to do any research. Thing is, they sleep together, and Vanilla wants to touch her inappropriately.
How does a nice long massage sound to you?
It'd sound better if you didn't do that creepy thing with your hands!
Now, if Citrus found me anything about Sister, is that they eventually end up making up with each other. It's not out of possibility that Chocolat and Vanilla might get romantically involved with each other. Vanilla definitely has her heart for Chocolat, as she often flirts with her roommate and seems to be very interested in her overall.
Stay.
Also their names, really. Vanilla, because her hair is white, and Chocolat, because she's a brunette. Well, at least the anime is creative. When it comes to the other cats, I gotta say, I'm not that invested in what they have to offer. Sure, we have a nice delicious variety of body shapes and hair colors, but their personalities feel like filler to me. None of the cats, besides the main duo, seem to have a meaningful role to play. They are there mostly to increase the options of romance, and since there ain't likely to be any here, I'm not that interested in what they have to offer. Not to say the addition is a detriment for the anime, because they are fun to observe, and I do very much appreciate that some of them have big old titties. Chocolat and Vanilla are modest when it comes to their chest size, Therefore, it was incredibly necessary for other catgirls to have big bouncy breasts to satisfy most demographics likely to watch the show. Out of all the secondary catgirls, I'd say Nuts has a bit more to offer than her tight, amazingly thick body. She's playful, clumsy, and a lot of fun.
Right! I'm a big sister now, so I've got to stay sharp.
However, I don't appreciate her rivalry with that lowly catgirl, but hey, they had to give her something to do besides playing around next to the counter. So far so good for Nekopara. I like catgirls, therefore there ain't much you can do to keep me away from this series.
Hi and welcome to the Patisserie Law Soleil!